Today, we're going to explore ways and how you can set up Azure logs. I think a lot of people underestimate how important logging is. It's vital for the likes of troubleshooting and security compliance across your infrastructure. Azure Monitor Logs is a feature of Azure Monitor, which collects and organizes logs and performance data from monitored resources. It's important to note as well that Azure resources generate resource logs automatically, but you need to create diagnostic settings to collect them, which we'll look at today, as well as how you would do this at scale. So as you can see here, I've got two Kubernetes clusters. If we look at the diagnostic settings of this cluster, for example, we've got no diagnostics settings defined within inside the settings piece. So you can do this on a per resource level, which would be what we're doing at the moment. So we'd add a diagnostic setting, we'll give it a name, so testing. And in here is the different log categories. These differ per workload, but you can see here, if we want to collect logs on all of these, we can just tick whichever ones is relevant. We'll send them to a log analytics workspace. If you want to just archive stories, them you can do, or if you have an external SIEM solution that you wanted to stream them via Event Hub, you can do that as well. I've got my log analytics workspace set up here, so we can just simply save that. So we're doing it on a per resource level. This process could be, difficult if we wanted to manage multiple resources. To simplify the process of creating it per resource level, we can go and implement diagnostic settings at scale using Azure Policy, which we're going to look at now. So what Azure Policy will then do, it'll automatically generate diagnostic settings for both new and existing resources. So we go into Azure Policy. And we're going to go to definitions, and we're simply just going to look for diagnostic settings. And what we can do here is filter Kubernetes. And here is the policy that we can enable, which will help us enable the diagnostics on all the resources within inside our clusters. And you can see here, it gives us a breakdown of the JSON. And you can see it's given each category, which one we're enabling and which one we're not enabling. We're going to assign this to a subscription within inside our environment. And you can go as deep or as granular as you want here. You can go resource group level or resource level. We're going to just leave it as it is. You can also exclude certain resources. We're going to go next. You can also do advanced filtering with regards to adding certain resources here, but we're just going to leave that as default. Here is where we want the logs to flow into. So we're going to choose our log analytics workspace. And then the remediation is quite important because this is going to be assigned to existing resources, but we want it to also apply to resources that are already created. So we're going to create that as well. And you can put a compliance message in if you prefer. We're going to create this. So that has deployed. It does take a little while for this to deploy and take place. The goal now is to have a look at our Kubernetes clusters. So we should have these diagnostic settings automatically enabled on our Kubernetes clusters by putting that policy in place. And as you can see, it has taken effect in here. So I suppose the key here is looking at doing this individually. You can absolutely do that by setting individual diagnostic settings, or you can do it at scale by using the diagnostic policy.